Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Well, welcome. We have a wonderful agenda this evening, and I'm so pleased to see such a robust turnout tonight in honor of Henry J. Leir. I know he is smiling down as he sees this gathering, which brings together such an extraordinary group of practitioners, students, academics, and of course, leaders from this university. Let me begin by welcoming the members of the Henry J. Leir Institute for Human Security who are funded through the giving of the Leir Charitable Foundations. So we have the president here, Margaret Gibbous, great to have you. We have Sun Hee and Uwe Gertz, who are right here next to us, members of the board, and Lori Kuhn, who is here, who I think does a lot of the day-to-day actual work of this very, very important foundation. It's wonderful to have all of you here to celebrate with us. Of course, I'm very happy to see the provost of our university, and above all, our president is here, as well as many, many members of my faculty, and you'll be hearing later from the director herself, Eileen Babbitt. Let's begin by recognizing how important human security is. That's why we are gathering here today. And I think as we all appreciate, human security is actually a broad term that encompasses many things that attack the human condition. So poverty, violent conflict, pandemics, famine, migration. We have a global expert on migration here, Professor Karen Jacobson, from whom you'll hear a little bit later. So this idea of human security brings together in one discipline, and therefore in one center, a chance to truly improve the human condition. That is the objective. And we could not be doing that without the generous support of the Leir Charitable Foundation, which has supported this center since it was founded in 2000. Of particular note, as I always say, the heart of any school or any university is in fact its faculty. And the generosity of the Leir Foundation has provided 4 endowed professorships here. And you'll have a chance to meet all of those professors who are here tonight and hear from a couple of them here. But for a school, particularly one the size of Fletcher, the size of Friedman, this is a truly significant contribution, and we really begin tonight by saying thank you to Henry J. Leir and to the team that supports his foundation. I will tell you, and it's reflected in the number of students here tonight, that 25%, 1/4 of all Fletcher students focus on human security. Probably 70 students in toto per class, and it is therefore one of the top 2 or 3 fields of study here at the Fletcher School. So it is absolutely essential to everything that we are at the Fletcher School. Tonight, as I say, we have a busy program put together, and I'm very happy to introduce my boss, the president of Tufts University, Tony Monaco, well known for his work as a genomicist. His understanding of the medical side of this is profound. More importantly, he's a terrific leader for Tufts University. Please join me in welcoming Tony Monaco, sir.
Thank you, Jim, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are celebrating the unique and remarkable American tradition of private philanthropy to institutes of higher education, and specifically the extraordinary philanthropy of Henry J. Leir and the Leir Charitable Foundations for the creation of an institute dedicated to humanitarian endeavors here at Tufts. Henry Leir's life spanned almost the entire 20th century. He was born in Germany in 1900 and died in New York City in 1998. During his lifetime, he witnessed both the horrors of war and amazing progress in science and technological innovation. He twice left behind the successful business he had established in Germany and Luxembourg to flee the rise of Hitler and the Second World War. He made his permanent home here in the US and built an extensive international commodities trading business. Henry Leir was always keenly interested in examining the political, economic, and social problems of his time and in envisioning solutions that would improve human well-being and create greater worldwide prosperity through economic and political cooperation. In his later years, he became deeply involved in philanthropic endeavors, establishing charitable foundations in the United States and Luxembourg to further his humanitarian vision. Henry Leir's connection with Tufts began in the mid-1970s when his friend Jean Leir, my predecessor, became president of Tufts. These two European expatriates shared the qualities of keen intellect and passionate vision, and Leir became a staunch supporter of Leir's vision for Tufts. He was particularly generous in his philanthropy to the Fletcher School, the Nutrition School, which later became the Friedman School, and the Tufts European Center in Tauar, France, over the course of more than 2 decades. In recognition of Henry Leir's achievements as an industrialist and philanthropist, Tufts awarded him the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, in 1979. In Henry Leir's later years, his advisors Arthur Hoffman and Margot Gibbis faithfully represented Henry Leir's charitable interests in discussions with Tufts about Leir's philanthropy. Following Leir's death, Arthur Hoffman was appointed president of the Leir Foundations, and Margot Gibbis, who is here with us today, was appointed vice president. They carried on Henry Leir's charitable agenda with integrity and enthusiasm. Arthur Hoffman was a wonderful friend and advocate for Tufts, and it saddened us that he passed away before he could enjoy this celebration of long partnership between Henry Leir, the Leir Charitable Foundations, and Tufts. In the late 1990s, Arthur Hoffman and former Fletcher Dean General Jack Galvin began discussions about a new initiative that would strengthen the Fletcher School's visibility and impact in eradicating extreme poverty, oppression, and violence in troubled parts of the world. In the years since then, the Leir Charitable Foundations have focused their philanthropy to Tufts on bringing this vision to fruition by establishing and building the Institute for Human Security, whose mission reflects and honors Henry Leir's deep commitment to relieving human suffering and advancing peace and prosperity. This extraordinary philanthropy has enabled this institute to emerge as a leading center of excellence in the field of human security. Known for its cutting-edge research, education, and policy engagement in addressing global challenges with a focus on the well-being of all human beings. Today, we are proud to honor and recognize the humanitarian vision of Henry Leir and the Leir Charitable Foundations and their extraordinary generous support for the Institute by formally naming it the Henry J. Leir Institute for Human Security. I would now like to invite Margot Gibbis to say a few words about Henry Leir, the Leir Charitable Foundations, and the Henry J. Leir Institute for Human Security.
Good evening. Jean Meyer and Henry Leir were good friends, and it was due to their relationship that Mr. Leir decided to make not only one, but variety of commitments to Tufts during his lifetime. Henry Leir wanted a special relationship with Tufts to last even after his death in 1998, so his charitable foundation continued establishing different programs with Tufts. One area that interested Henry Leir a lot was the science of nutrition. I think it would have put a smile on his face to see his foundation establishing the Jean Meyer Chair in Nutrition, which was held first by Ivan Rosenberg, who is here today. He would have loved to see all the work done by his various chairs established in his name. The support given to Talois, particularly the grant of scholarship to study abroad. Today we are all here at the Leir Institute, and in my role as president of the Leir Charitable Foundation, I could not be more proud to witness all the work that has been done in the name of Henry Leir and his wife Erna Leir. Mr. Leir was without any doubt an incredible, talented, charismatic individual and interested in many areas. One of his greatest talents he found in the field of international trading of metals, and he succeeded in building an industrial empire. Throughout his life, he always believed in the importance of collaboration between businesses and charitable institutions. Towards the end of their life, the Leirs even gifted their beloved country retreat in Ridgeville, Connecticut, to charitable use, and over the years it has become a hub for both local and international charities to meet, hold retreats, symposium, share thoughts and ideas, and generate synergies. As you can imagine, a philanthropist like Henry Leir was given many honorary titles and awards, but is one that we particularly appreciate, the first posthumous gold medal ever awarded by Tufts University. It was given by President Bacow in May 2004. I know that he also liked his Legion of Honor given by the French Republic. But Tufts was one of Mr. Leir's favorite institutions, and this is why I am touched and humbled by your gratitude of Henry Leir's support and friendship. This is a wonderful place, an inspiring faculty, extraordinary students, supportive alumni. Mr. Leir would have loved to be here and meet all of you. So let me thank you in the name for your friendship and hard work. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Margot, thank you so much. And I can feel your heart in those words, and your dedication and loyalty to the Leirs is so meaningful and noteworthy. Thank you. My extreme honor now is to introduce the director of the new Leir Center, and I am thrilled to introduce Dr. Eileen Babbitt, who is, I can say without exaggeration, world recognized for her work, particularly in negotiation, in the theory of bringing together contending groups, her work in mediation, and her work in human rights. She is also, I'm proud to say, the lead investigator, principal investigator on a fascinating grant which ties and is part of the work of this institute from Carnegie Corporation. So we have benefited not only from the generosity of Mr. Leir, but also from Eileen's energized approach to finding other grants to create real synergy. She is absolutely foundational in this faculty, and I welcome her to the podium tonight. Dr. Eileen Babbitt.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Jim, for that lovely introduction. I want to add to Dean Stavridis and President Monaco's thanks to the Leir Charitable Foundations for their generosity to Tufts, especially for your support to the Institute for Human Security over these many years. Leir funding, as has been said, has contributed to building the human security field here at Fletcher and for making it possible to bring exceptional faculty and students here to teach and to study. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the 4 faculty members who hold the Henry J. Leir professorships at Tufts, supported by the generosity of the foundation. And I'd like to ask each of them to stand as I introduce them, and can you please hold your applause until the end, and then we'll give them all a standing ovation. Okay, first is Dr. Karen Jacobson, the Henry J. Leir Professor in Global Migration at Fletcher. Dr. Karen? Stay standing. Okay. Dr. Daniel Maxwell, the Henry J. Leir Professor in Food Security at the Friedman School. Gregory Gottlieb, the Irvin H. Rosenberg Professor in Nutrition and Human Security, to which the Leir Foundation made a generous contribution. And Gregory is also the new director of the Feinstein International Center. The fourth professorship is Dr. Kimberly Tyden. She will be joining us at the reception following this event. She is the Henry J. Leir Professor of Humanitarian Studies. And I want to thank you on behalf, don't sit down yet, Karen. I want to thank you on behalf of all of us for your contribution to Tufts through your research, your teaching, and your mentorship of our students. Thank you all very, very much.